We've got a great program in store for you, and it is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce you the man, the myth, the legend, the cheese in charge. You know him, you love him, some more than others. Just works out that way. I'm sorry, Kirk. Thank you. I appreciate that. We'd like to bring to you the stage now a majority owner and driving force behind GratisGives, Kirk Allaire. And Kirk's been an entrepreneur since the early age of 17. He started his first business at 17, a tanning salon, which, by the way, answers a lot of questions. Thank you so much. That's beautiful tone you have. And, of course, he climbed the corporate ladder in the mid-'90s with titles including corporate trainer, regional sales manager, the national business development manager. He is also also answers to chief and janitorial officer, so he's a humble man as well. He also answers, I said that already. I'll just forget that part. All of the titles he's had, his favorite title has always been and always will be Dad. Right? There's one of his sons right there. So please help me welcome to the stage Dr. Kirk Allaire. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. The Doctor of Love. Yeah, man. Oh, I don't know.
Wow, this feels real official. This is nuts. This is absolutely crazy. I cannot believe I get to look out and see this right here. I don't know who has my phone, but whoever has their phone, my phone, excuse me, can I have it for a minute, please? Can everyone hear me okay? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so before I get started, I want to do one thing here. I am absolutely blown away. I'm shaking. I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude. In fact, I've already teared up twice today, so I can assure you, you might see it again. But if you don't mind, I would like everyone to wave at me so I can take a picture, because I am just blown away. Oh, sorry, hold on. Please hold. All right. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, so let me see here. Where's the start here? Here we go. So when we started the planning process of this event, I was, my team knows that I was super fearful that we were going to get 40 people to show up. I mean, seriously, I was super scared. Like I'm going to be embarrassed. And I was genuinely sitting that night praying for 80. And I said, you know what, in a perfect world, God, if you can open this thing up and get me 125 people, boy, whoo. And here we are. We had like 215 people registered for this event, and we got a full room. I'm absolutely blown away. Guys, we haven't even been doing this for a year. Think about what we're going to do from here. Absolutely nuts. That's a good song. So, I would like to start with some thank yous, if you don't mind. First of all, I'd like to start with my family. And just so you all know, I'm one of 10 kids, so this might take a couple minutes. No, I'm just kidding. Well, no, I'm not kidding. I am one of 10, but I'm not going to mention them all. I do specifically want to mention my mom and my sister. My mom was an amazing lady, and my sister is also an amazing lady, and I'm super, super blessed to be part of their family. My boys, I have Ian, Zach, and Joe. Joe, come up here, please. You know why I can do this? I can do this because it's my event. I'm also a new grandfather, just recently, 4 months ago, named after my mother. Okay, so I'd like to say thank you to my friends, first of all, Tammy, Johnny Skoranek. These people are certainly super influential in my life. Nick and Andrew. Nick is here. I know I saw him. Andrew is not here. He's in Hawaii. I told him not to go, but he said no. Derek Sirianni is right up here in the front, super influential in my life. Devin Sizemore, thank you for coming. Stan Chisholm is not here tonight. He had a special trip to go on for his work, so he couldn't make it. And Brett Glansman is here as well, and I appreciate all of you guys for coming. You guys mean the world to me, and I would not be the human being I am today without you guys. Thank you. I also want to say thank you to our sponsors for the event. We have Whitney Peak. How about this hotel, guys? Is this nuts? We had looked at a couple of different places to hold this event at, and when I walked out of that elevator and walked into this room, I said, yep, this is it. We're here. BBSI, also a huge sponsor for us. Thank you. Fenimore Craig, Team Delancey Real Estate is here. Co-Auto, yes, clap it up, guys. Clap it up. These are guys that are investing in our nonprofits. Country Financial, American Family Insurance, and Affinity Chiropractic. Now, I just want to let you know that the money for their sponsorships did not go to the cost of the event. It did not go to Gratis. In fact, it went directly to the escrow accounts, and we'll get into that in a minute. But every dollar we raised through sponsorships and partnerships was donated 100% to the nonprofits tonight. So, all right? Can I get some water? I want to say thank you to our advisory board. We got a great, amazing advisory board. Sherry Hill. Oh my gosh, thank you, sir. Derek Sirianni, guys. Sherry Hill from Sage International. You heard from her. Dean Hankey. He's the amazing, funny guy. You probably saw him doing some magic out there. He's from Pay It Forward Profit. And J.D. Klippenstein is here as well. He is the executive director of Action. And I want to say thank you for the time and attention as we developed this program. And Sherry, you've been with us since the very beginning, and I'm super thankful. I want to thank and introduce my Gratis team. You do not need to come up. I promised I would not put you on stage, but I would like for you to stand up if you don't mind. Sue Stryker, Stacy Chabowski, Cindy Dahlberg, Burnell Relaford, and Andy Lafreniere. I'll tell you what, guys, this team is amazing, amazing. This team right here, I would carry an AK-47 in the front of the line for these guys, and I know they would do the same thing for me. And I'm super thankful for each and every one of you guys. Andy Lafreniere is also my partner. We've worked together for a long time. I'll get into that story in a minute. But I'm super blessed to have that guy in my life. Let me see. Audrey Quaint is here. She did all the centerpieces. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you very much. She also helped with registration. Jared Lehman, who did the step and repeat. Andrew Ardans did the pictures. He's over here. Eric from Epic Weddings. He's the master on the mic. And then Shannon Benetti from Crossover Communications. She's the one responsible for having the news station here just a minute ago. I should have gotten in shape for this. And finally, I want to thank all of our nonprofits and merchants, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. I want to say thank you for believing in the program. There was no program when you guys decided to believe in it. And because you guys believed in it, we got 200 plus people in this room enjoying the night. You guys were the innovators. Thank you. You guys are the ones that said yes. It's because of your belief in tonight that all these people are here, and it's only been 8 months. Wait until next year. Whitney Peak is going to need a new wing. Okay, that's enough of the thank yous. Sorry. So, what is GratisGives? There are people here that know. There's some people here that don't know. Well, to be in the community, you have to be a part of building it. At the highest level, that's what GratisGives is. This is our community, and we believe that we have a role to play in making it better. This is our way of doing that, through a program that bridges the business community and the local nonprofits in a meaningful way. In a world that's often full of what's in it for me, we have a room full of people tonight that are what's in it for you. That's how you guys think. You guys are here because you care, and we're looking for more people like you. And as we find you, we're going to work together to make our little piece of the world that much better. How are we going to do that? By first recognizing the importance of giving back, of volunteerism, of connection. That's why you're all here tonight. It's not about credit card processing. That's just the horse. GratisGives is simply a vehicle that we developed to help facilitate more of the things that matter. Because in our world today, that happens best with funding. So we need a horse. Just like in those old westerns, the horse was never the story, but the story couldn't happen without the horse. The Duke wasn't running down bad guys on foot. So in our world, GratisGives is the horse we use to come to town and do good work. But the program is only 8 months old. We started the company on foot a little bit. In fact, when I started Gratis Payments over 7 years ago with my partner, Andy, I spent the first 18 months in hiding because I realized that some in this industry really didn't think it had a great reputation, and I did not want to get lumped into that, in with that. It took me about 18 months to figure out that in this tank of sharks that I now existed in, it was okay for me to embrace being Nemo. I like my white stripes. About 2 years into the company, I contacted Susan G. Komen because I thought, okay, it's time to give back. Now, at the time, I did not know that there were regional Susan G. Komens. My bad, naive, my bad. So I contacted National Susan G. Komen. I thought it was the right thing to do, and they inundated me with a dump truck load full of paperwork and legals and financials. And guys, I was so overwhelmed. I said, boy, I didn't know it was this hard to give money back. So obviously that got tabled. I was out of bandwidth. I was a small organization, but I knew that I wanted to make a difference. So I continued down the trek for about 4 more years after that moment. And in October of 2017, during an internal company meeting, we said, okay, hey, how are we going to give back? We got to start giving back. It's time. Having reflected on my experience with Susan G. Komen, I said, guys, here's the deal. I love Make-A-Wish, and I love all of the big boys, and they do great, great things. But I want to move needles. So we're going local. We're going to support our community. This is my corner of the earth, and I'm responsible to do whatever I can to help it. So we reached out to a few nonprofits, and I reached out to Sherry and told her the idea. She brought me into, at the time it was Care Chest, and they had an interim ED, and that man was super smart. Oh, I heard that. My bad. I'm from Boston. Wicked smart. I lived here 19 years though, so don't hold it against me. Sometimes it just comes out. So we sat down with the ED from Care Chest, and he asked me a couple questions that really set me down a path of awesomeness. I remember at the time I'm thinking, God, this guy is drilling me. What is going on? But I remember his thought process was so deep and so specific and so perfect that I couldn't not pay attention to it. So that's when we reached out to David Lewandowski at Fenimore Craig. Thank you, David. You were the man. Yeah, go ahead, clap it up. That guy's amazing. Hey, he's the winner of 20 Under 40. So let me see. We reached out to David, and he set us up. We went down this legal path, and he got us all the documentation, everything ready to go. And we ended up teaming up with 6 nonprofits, okay? All 6 of them are here tonight. And I'm super thankful for them taking a chance on us, because like us, we didn't have any best case scenarios, no best practices to go on. We didn't know, and they didn't know like who we were. They didn't even know who we were. So let me see. Everything okay over there? Okay. So let me see that. So that brings us pretty much to where we are tonight, okay? Tonight's the night we're cutting checks. Anyone here excited for that? No. Guys, I've been working on this for 8 months. Anyone excited for those checks? There we go. All right. Well, we are very excited about it as well. But before we get to that part of the program, I wanted to bullet out a couple things for you to keep in mind for the remainder of the night. Guys, this road has not been an easy one. It has not been an easy one, okay? But nothing worthwhile is, right? This program is only 8 months old. Okay, I know I've said that already, but I need you to understand that because it wasn't necessarily as important of a fact until I realized that I had 215 people registered for this event, and we've only been doing this for 8 months. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's never been done before, so we had no best practices. It took us 4 months. Oh, here's some good stuff right here. Ready? It took us 4 months to figure out how to tell a merchant about it. I mean, we would fumble this thing over and over and over, and to some of them would be embarrassing. So it took us 4 months. It wasn't until about December that we really figured out how to present the opportunity. December, which historically in our industry is a terrible month because who the heck wants to change processors in December, right? Because, I mean, that's a pain. But we had a record month. In 7 years, we had a record month in December. And I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, that's awesome. And then January came, and we realized that there's no way that we're going to back up in December like that. And we had a better month in January than December. And it's just been on fire for the last few months. And it's super awesome to see the community excited about they can make a difference and they can save money at the same time, okay? Immediately after we figured out how to sell this thing, I don't know if y'all met Stacy. Stacy's my office manager, and she is genuinely the person that keeps things running smooth. She does clap it up for her. She's amazing. She her name tag, one of her name tags says Stacy Chabowski. I keep things running smooth. So. But as soon as we figured out how to sell this thing, she had surgery, and she was out for 11 weeks. So we had to pick up, everyone had to pick up the slack on that as well. She had great recovery, and she's back full swing and better than ever, and super thankful. And then we had to move to a bigger office, and this is all within the first 8 months of the program. So that's a lot of plates spinning during the first 8 months of the program. But more importantly is the issue of timing, okay? So if you were a merchant who signed up, let's say in December or at the end of the year, we have only had an opportunity to deposit into your nonprofit's escrow account 3 times. And we're going to get into this a little bit more in a second. So even though your impact sheet may have said that you would have a $1,200 impact, because you've only been in the program for 3 months, the night the checks are cut, only $300 of it's going into the check. Does that make sense? The other $900 will be realized in next year's celebrations check. That's the beauty of the program. The revenue stream will continue for the nonprofit every year for as long as the merchant and the nonprofit stay in the program. Now, despite the challenges I've just mentioned, we started the program this year, and you folks have proven that it works. We know that because we see the numbers for future contributions already committed by participating merchants, but not yet realized in tonight's checks. We also see the number from new commitments by merchants coming on board weekly. In fact, I am very pleased to announce that our latest merchant will have roughly a $3,500 impact in the community next year alone. That's awesome. But even better, that merchant is in the room tonight. Can I get a drum roll, please? none other than the Whitney Peak Hotel. That is amazing. Sat down with Eric at Code Coffee right down the street over here on Ryland and Wells, and explained to him how the program worked, and because I knew that I was having the event here. Loved the program, asked how he could be involved. I said, well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, just send a statement on over, we'll take a look at it, see what we can do. And it went well. How's that for a community hotel, right? Let me see here. It's because of all this, our belief in the program, our belief in the missions of the nonprofits, our belief in the good that we can all do together, that Gratis is contributing seed money this year to give the program the start it needs and to help further the causes of each of the organizations here tonight. Now, some of you may be wondering how the program actually works. Outside of GratisGives, here's how the industry works. Okay. Got to keep this short and sweet. I just want to make sure that everyone knows how we do what we do. So before GratisGives, we'd knock on the door. They'd answer. We'd walk in. We'd introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Kirk Allaire from Gratis Payment Processing. We could save you some money, bring your business local, give me your statements, we'll do your analysis. Okay? The analysis on the left-hand side is what they had. The analysis on the right-hand side is if they converted to us. That is pre-GratisGives. And it is how the industry that I belong to works and was built. Okay? Now, how many times have you gone into a retail establishment and you've seen a display with a nice sign that says 10% of the profits go to cause? I mean, it happens all the time, right? What does that even mean? How much of my money is actually making it to that cause? Because as a business owner, I know that at the end of the year, businesses try to show less profit. Maybe pay a little less taxes. I don't know. We make investments. We buy equipment. It's the prudent thing to do, right? Sometimes that crowds out what's left for giving. And it also creates a moment where the business has to write a big fat check, potentially affecting cash flow. Our program eliminates both those concerns. It's automatic, easier, and sustainable form of contribution that encourages participation among the broadest range of participants because it saves them money. So let's break this down of a simple impact sheet. Again, I'm not going to spend much time on this. I just need you to have a 90,000-foot view of how this program works. There are merchants in the room that this has been explained to. There's been some of the nonprofits understand what we're doing, but I just needed to make sure you understand. So here we have, it's really hard to see that from here. Okay, let me see. So that field right there, actually, I'm going to come down here. Oh, who's got the laser? Oh, sweet. So that field right there is raw gross revenue. This program works on gross revenues. There's no shell game. There's no hiding. Nobody can fudge any numbers. That is gross revenues. That is, from the proposal, the exact number we saved that merchant. $743 per month. We give them 4 opportunities. This opportunity is 1 basis point. Now, 1 basis point is 0.0001. Not much, right? So 1 basis point of $168,000 is $16.90. We ask this merchant that has already declared that $743 was a great amount of savings. Let's not forget that that's pure pocket money. That's like found money. Anyone ever put their winter coat on in October for the first time and find a $20 bill and you're like, yeah, that's that feeling, right? So the $16.90 is 1 basis point of the volume, which brings their savings from $743. Can you back up one? Nope. Yep. $743 to $726. Now, what merchant is not going to be okay with saving $726 a month, right? So that $16.90 has been reallocated from their current processor to any one of the nonprofits we work with on a month in, month out basis. That if they went with option number one, that merchant made a $202 impact. Now, before I proceed, you guys might think, well, Kirk, $202, what's that going to do? Guys, if I had 170 merchants all donating $202, we're changing lives. We're moving needles, and we're affecting our community. There's not many people that pick 1 basis point, though. Option number 2 is 3 basis points. That's $0.003. 3 basis points of $168,000 is $50. That brings their net savings from $743 to $692, which, Mr. Merchant, is still an adequate amount of savings, right? Okay, so now I just found a $600 yearly revenue stream for the nonprofit of their choice. Because we've taken the savings, not put it in our pocket, we put it in the nonprofit's pocket. Next one. Next one is 5 basis points, works the same, and then we get 10 basis points. Go back. Go to the 4. 10 basis points, which is 0.1%. This customer, it's always based on the 168.9. If he has a month that he does $197,000, it's based on $197,000. If next month he goes to $131,000, it's based on $131,000. So he's never signing up for a particular payment. He's signing up for a particular basis point of his volume. So this right here is 10 basis points was $168. $743 was the original savings. He reallocated $168 to the nonprofit. He still saved $574, and I found a nonprofit $2,000 worth of funding. This one here was the second merchant we signed on. He's not here tonight. He had I believe it was a baseball game with his son. It's a local company, great guy. A lot of you guys know him. What he said next really surprised me. Go ahead. Those are the 6 that he got to pick from. Kirk, can I pick more than one? I didn't know what to say. Yeah, second guy, he's asking me this. I'm like, heck yeah, that sounds like a great idea. So he picked 2. So we took the 10 basis points. Yeah, gave 5 to Safe Embrace, 5 to Children's Cabinet, and I've now found a $1,000 nonprofit to 2 different $1,000 deposit for 2 nonprofits. Okay. So we have people say, well, Kirk, where's the money go? We have set up every nonprofit with their own escrow account at Heritage Bank. We wanted to commit to a local bank as well. There you go. Everyone has their own escrow account, and they're all interest bearing. So not only are we depositing money for them, but we're putting it into an environment that makes them even more money. You know who pays the fees for the escrow accounts? I do. Okay? I pay all of the escrow fees. Kirk, how do we get paid? If I had to cut $16.90 checks out to 170, I'd go broke cutting checks. So what we've done is we committed to doing a yearly event, and tonight is our first one, and you guys get to say that you guys were at the first one. Thank you. Andy. Please hold. How do I get that on? Have you guys met Andy?
Hi, Andy.
There you go. So you guys just saw a couple screens. This merchant right here donated $859. This merchant right here, $367. This merchant right here, $301. This merchant right here, you ready for this one? $17. It's okay. It all works. It all counts. Okay. So, and I got a whole bunch of them here. I'm not going to run through them. You guys get the point, right? Let me see. So let me wrap up with an idea of impact. What can this program do? What can we all do? We can all do a little bit more. And by a little bit, I mean it. Our program works because it's painless. Converting pennies, we're in a business of pennies, guys. Converting pennies saved on merchant account fees into dollars and dollars into solutions. And even the smallest solutions make a difference. Like many of you, I grew up in a household that cared. My memories of serving Thanksgiving dinners at local homeless shelters are awesome memories. My mom was always serving in one way or another. We always had people staying at our house. In my mother's final days, someone donated a hospital bed to make her last days more comfortable. Sometimes we don't know how we might impact a life of somebody else. But a simple act of kindness, donating a bed, made my mom's last days far more comfortable. And it wasn't long thereafter that I was introduced to Care Chest and the important work that they do in this area. And it's the same for each of our other nonprofits here tonight. We don't know how our contributions will impact someone else through our nonprofits, but I do know that we can make a difference. Recently, while driving on Mill Street on my way to the office, I passed a Nevada Food Bank truck. Now, we don't work with this organization, but the sign on the truck makes my point. We oftentimes think that our donations have to be equal to money in our lifestyle. We don't know that the smallest amount actually helps. $1, 3 meals. If one merchant does $15 a month is a contributor, that's 45 meals a month they just created. What about 10 merchants doing $15 a month? 450 meals. What about 100? Taken collectively, what can we do when hundreds of businesses come together in this program? What kind of impact can we all have? I don't know about you, but we're really excited to find out. And we hope that you'll come along with us.